think why the chairs are actually rated up more, you can tell this is something that's really popular. Very, very popular. There's a story I tell about Mrs. Bola Mosuro and the work on the radio, but I just don't think he comes across very well sometimes. She knows exactly the story. And to the extent that any of you are around later on, we may actually, I'll tell you all about it. But Bola has a very, very recognizable voice, and the short of it really is like radio programs do get broadcast, BBC World radio program broadcast at funny times at the night, and when you hear a funny sound and you hear at 4 a.m. in the morning, it's like, why does this voice sound familiar? Anyway, long story short. Mrs. Bola Mosuro attended Onsi School for Girls London before going on to Nigeria to start her secondary education at Bola Mosuro College in 1978. You're about to share this. After a few years, she returned to the United Kingdom and went to read peace and conflict studies at the University of Ulster. Bola started her working career as a development worker at the Institute of African Alternatives and later went to work for the BBC for over 3 decades. 3 decades at the BBC, guys, come on! And as a senior producer, her roles involve various activities ranging from determining the contents of programs broadcast daily to interviewing various dignitaries for comments on issues that affected the African continent. Bola was insatiably enthusiastic about anything and everything African. Her major passion was presenting programs, and she did present quite a few, including Postmark Africa, Network Africa, Focus on Africa, and Newsday. I had the privilege of interviewing several African heads of states, including Mrs. Johnson Sirleaf, the first female president of Liberia, and Mr. Yoweri Museveni, president of Uganda. She also interviewed many celebrities, including Angelique Kidjo, Adekunle Gold, Tiwa Savage, Richard Bonner, and several other Afrobeat stars. A very important aspect of Bola's Bola's excellence involved the travels to countries around the world to cover developing stories and feel the pulse of the locals on the ground. Bola made several trips to the African continent to cover elections and other festivities. She covered elections in Nigeria in 2015 and 2019. She covered the Zimbabwe elections in 2018 and the Liberian elections in 2019. She has also covered other memorable functions, including the funeral of Nelson Mandela in South Africa in December 2013. Bola traversed the countries in West Africa to gather material for the story of African culture, which she co-produced. Countries listed included Gambia, Senegal, Mali, Burkina Faso, Ghana, and Nigeria. Bola Mosuro is already a joint recipient of the ICOBA Europe Merit, as it was then known, award as part of the ICOBA 78 set for services to the nation. Not being able to pay the school fees. This law will out to ICOBA continues to this day, and you can see that they got further awards nationally. Bola has been on various planning committees of ICOBA Europe, including the 2018 reunion, the 2022 90th anniversary, and the AGM reunion 2024. She rose to prominence in 2022 when she was asked to compare the ICOBA host evening at the 90th anniversary celebrations in Watford. Utilizing her considerable professional broadcasting skills and experience, she oversaw what was the most memorable and enjoyable evening. This was a role she was to reprise at the 2024 AGM reunion, where she once again compared the ICOBA host evening. She also was responsible for preparing the rum punch. Beverages to enjoy that evening. Bola was also central to the planning of the chairman's reception held the day before, ensuring that guests were well catered for and had a wonderful experience. Her contributions over the years have been diverse, ranging from arranging flowers in the banquet halls, funding and providing limbo equipment for the Caribbean ICOBA host in 2024. Mrs. Bola Mosuro is married to Mr. Bola Mosuro, the 78%, and they are testing 3 beautiful children carrying to the Caribbean. Okay. I'm terrible, sorry. Mr. Chairman, members of the Board of Trustees, members of the Executive Committee of ICOBA Europe, distinguished audience, ladies and gentlemen, we hereby present to you Mrs. Bola Mosuro of ICOBA, the Anti-Cheating Award.